Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Jason here, Signature Esports. And a pleasure it is to have you here live and in charge for a whole lot of fun. Tell you what, it'll be a good one. Eldora today for the Dirt Assassin series as these drivers continue to run some of the best laps that we've seen, some of the best driving that we've seen time and time again. A great look at what we're going to be having out here pretty soon. I am working on fixing a few things. SDK had an update today that kind of changed some things on me, so I'm working on fixing that stuff. So bear with me just a moment. These folks still have a few minutes of practice in. We'll go over all of that. Today's race brought to you by Woodmasters and the Dirt Assassins League. No doubt, trying to throw it down and lay it down. Some fast laps. They're going to be running 2 sessions today. One is going to be the dirt street stocks, and after that, we're going to be running some sprints. Those things are fast and furious. Of course, we are used to seeing some fast laps put down by some drivers. It's going to be absolutely a ton of fun. So bear with me. I'll be here. We're going to keep this on exciting so these drivers continue to run around. Give your likes, your follows, all your chats out there. I want to hear what you folks are doing. But at the same time, I'm going to make sure that I get out here. I want to make sure that these buttons work correctly. All right, just like that, it's fixed. Occasionally, these things do happen, and you have to fix all that. Race information today. We're going to run at Eldora Speedway, 10-lap heats, 12-lap consolation, 30-lap feature. Track temperature right now for the 0.44 mile length track is going to be about 82 degrees, so very, very much on the humid side when it comes to how the track works. Right now, I'm trying to turn into the corner. Ooh, man. They are connecting. They are doing something that never seen. I've never seen the axle come off of one of these cars. That just happened. 82 degrees on the air temperature, 20% humidity, 2-mile-an-hour wind. Clear skies for Eldora Speedway. Woodmasters giving you everything that you need to do. Big special thank you to those fine folks for being a part of the racing series. Little quick info about Woodmasters. Unique Woodmasters LLC for all of your custom woodwork needs. 6750 Guadalupe Road in Celina, Ohio. You can find them at facebook.com/Unique Woodmasters, hometowncable.net, or give an email at uniquewood@hometowncable.net. Give them a call, area code 419-268-9663. You'll be able to check them out and maybe, just maybe, yourself something wonderful to be a part of. Of course, all the other sponsors out there being a part of it. Red Pirates Family Oyster Bar and Grill, giving us a good look at what they've been doing all season. They are located down in Florida. East Point, Florida to be exact. RedPirateGrill.com. Find them on Facebook as well. Call ahead to reserve your party, or you want to get in and just have some fun. 850-670-1090. Be Red Pirate Bar and Grill. TrackDogsRacing.com sponsors the Wing Sprints here, but they are a big part of what happens in most dirt series. Go to TrackDogsRacing.com and get some racing apparel from those fine folks. Buckwheat's Customs on Facebook. You can also give Buckwheat's Customs a call. They do t-shirts, spin art, die cut decals at Auto Decals, 903-417-2628. 54 Motorsports, lifetime partner of Dirt Assassins, giving them a whole lot of love out there. True Cut Lawn and Maintenance out of Gainesville, Florida. Check them out on Facebook at True Cut by searching True Cut Lawn LLC. Chief Lynn RC Raceway has some of the best Sunday action when it comes to RC on dirt. Check out their facilities down in Florida, but you can go to their website, chieflynnrcraceway.com, to find out more. See what's happening on their Facebook page as well. Anarchy Ramps and Designs. If you're looking for a phenomenal racing wrap, well, look no further than Facebook and then search for Anarchy Ramps and Designs. 06 Productions is joined by our good friends over there at, and that would be David Garman, the 06. David Garman doing a phenomenal job. Check out his YouTube channel by searching RC King 252 in the channels list. You better check him out. Andy Martin with Smoky Designs by Andy. Email him at smokydesignsbyandy@gmail.com or give him a call at 567-208-9260 and go enjoy what he does. And he's got a great Facebook page out there as well. Buckwheat's Customs still doing all of that. A&J Custom Creations. We've seen A&J a couple of times, folks. If you have not seen A&J Customs Creations, then do know that he will be out and about in all these series and being a part of what they do. So good to see all of these folks find the time to get themselves out there and running some laps and enjoying themselves and being a part of what they do. Dirt Assassins getting started here in about just under 10 minutes. 5 laps of practice, and they have a 5-lap qualifying session. Then we'll get right into the heats, and it's going to be fast and furious. About 19.3, that's going to be the mark. Best laps for Brandon Starnes and Sage Luther right now, about a 19.34, so they're pretty close to each other. Let us see what we can throw. I got so many logos, I got to throw them somewhere. Does something out here. There we go. Some of them are just small. Smoky Designs by Andy on Facebook. Go 22. The Judge Martini getting some shots out there. Robert, thank you for the like. George, thank you for the like. Max, thank you for the like. Damon, thank you for becoming a follower out there. Alex, giving us a share. Thank you so much. Appreciate everybody being out there. Much love to you all. Hopefully you're all having a fantastic day. First time watching. Robert, good to see you out there. Chase, what's up to you as well? Good to see you out there. I hear you're going to be fast today in these series, so hopefully we get to see you. A ton of fun. A whole lot of action. Dirt Series action is going to be right in the mix. Folks, we're going to let them have at it for just a moment. And I will be right back. I'm going to make sure we're set for some high-speed action. I'm going to make sure I have my water, make sure I have everything good to go. I'd like to get started early so that way these folks can get out and practice and you folks can see your favorite drivers out there. Make sure that you keep looking at it. I did change some cameras, so we do have some new cameras out here. And we're going to see what these drivers are going to be able to do with these fine looks that they do have. And yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good to see. I think they're playing bumper cars in the infield. Not quite sure. I don't know. I just work here. I'll be right back. Brandon, thank you for the like. Joey, thank you for the like. Zach, thank you for the like. Robert, thank you for the like. George, thank you for the like. Appreciate everybody being out there. Much love to you. A lot of viewers out there, much love to you. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. If you are not, then, boy, I tell you what, we are looking for some great things out of these drivers. Qualifying underway for these fine folks. Biggest key to qualifying here, get that speed up for that first lap. Get yourself settled in. Get that second lap underway. Dig to the bottom. Get yourself up to speed. Cut as much of the track off as you can, and you'll be fast. George out there having to get out of the throttle a little bit in that second lane. CJ Saunders doing a phenomenal job. CJ's another one to be strong in this racing series. I think that's what I was told to predict. That is how it is, though. And qualifying session times are tight. Less than 0.4 of a second separate the drivers that have qualified so far from front to back. That's insane. Best lap 19.55. Cooper Swain out there qualifying right now at a 19.91 on his first qualifying lap. So these drivers are going to be looking for some speed. Klosterman doing a phenomenal job. 19.79 on his last lap. Second lap coming up for him. Chase, giving us a like. What's up, Chase? Thank you very much. A lot going away from this track already. Again, Session State carries over. Lots of things happen to work out for these fine folks as they get to getting into their speed. Sage Luther out there. Sage was fast last week, joining the series, and knowing that that Sage can make moves pretty much anywhere that you look at. AJ giving us a like. Alex, how are you doing? Zach giving us a like as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Big moves for these drivers mean they're going to be able to. This is a big track. It's a multi-groove. You can run so many different lanes. The slider line is always engaged at Eldora, and they do have a tendency to want to use that no matter what time of day it is. These street stocks are able to take a beating, and we'll see just how much it's going to happen when we get rolling here. These fine drivers have an opportunity to get themselves into a points battle early, and when we talk about the points right now, the Dirt Street Stock Show, Brandon Starnes with the lead right now. Brandon got the win in the Dirt Street Stocks last week. Braxton Clark second. Sage Luther will be third in the points. So Sage, no doubt, a threat. 360 sprints show David Garman in the lead. Got the win last week. George in second. Josh Bittner in third. So we'll see how these drivers fare out, especially when it comes. Damon, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Lots of action to be had. Just a few minutes left here as Sage gets some more practice in before the end of the session. Folks, if you like what you see, remember, like, follow, subscribe, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. I'm live on all three. You can watch me on your phone on Facebook and Twitch. You can throw me up on your television on YouTube. Whatever the case may be, you'll enjoy yourself and be able to catch all the things gaming. First heat, starting grid. CJ is going to be your pole sitter here for the, this isn't the sprints, this is the street stocks. I don't know why I didn't change that, so I do apologize about that. Dirt Street Stocks, there it is. CJ, Cole Younger, that'll be your front row for heat race number 1. Paul PFEFFER is going to have Sage Luther to his outside. David Garman, Zach Dillon will make up row number 3. Dover Singleton will have Nick Klosterman to his outside. Justin Englund and Alex Thompson will make up the 5th row in this first of 2 heats. As the Woodmasters crew gets everybody ready to rock and roll. Julie Younger giving us a like. Braxton Clark giving us a like as well. Good to see you all out there. Jesse Younger giving us a like as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You're all absolutely fantastic. CJ ready to take him to the start of this one. Heat race number 1 looking pretty darn smooth. Pace around for one more lap. Good sounds all across this racetrack. And I tell you what, Eldora, one of the more famous racetracks, and that's a big special thank you to Tony Stewart for buying out Eldora and making sure that it continues to run, because the dirt track circuit needs some good owners, needs some great people out there to be able to support the series and the economy. And you couldn't have dirt racing without Eldora. That's a big opinion on my end. I know that sometimes opinions are like elbows. Everybody has one. Rob, giving us a like. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Pace truck's gonna dive in, and from the top, we're full send. Turn one, very busy. 3 to the inside, 023 working the corner, 026 there as well. 026 trying to take it, no inversion here, so these drivers are trying to take everything they can. Eldora, huge speedway here as they continue to work. 10 laps to go, now 9 as they come by. 10 lap heats, and they are busy. 023 mid lane, 26 to the bottom. 3 on the outside, trying to work that corner. I tell you what, the 20 of Zach Dillon in the groove, trying to make it work. Drive line looks as such. Here's that midway through, down the back straight. Out of 4 onto the front straight. They have got to find grip early if they want to have a good spot for the feature. Top 4 go to the feature, top 5 go to the feature, and then they're going to go from there. Consolation races usually mean that they're going to have some huge no cautions throughout through the heat races. Big reminder there. They reload the overlay for you there, folks. Things all messed up. Quite possibly we're seeing some things messed up on my end, so I apologize about that. I'm going to back up here real quick. Apologize about that, folks. See if we can get all this stuff fixed for you. There we go. There we go. There it is. Now it's all working. Apologies about that. Every once in a while, some things go goofy. 023, 320. That's going to be your top 3. Zach Dillon up 8 spots so far. Flash have been working the field heavily here as they get to 4 laps to go. Try to be one of the 5 to the inside of the 26. 026 back as well. Sage Luther had some things working, had some things mixing in, and right now they're digging. 3 to go this time by. Right now, lap times averaging about a 19.7. Klosterman at 19.71. Anglin ran his fastest lap of the race so far, 19.83. CJ holds the best time. Cole Younger holds the best time. Now I take that back. Zach Dillon holds the best time as things are updating for me. 19.57 for that driver. DJ's last lap, 19.75 as they continue to work here. Good moves for him. White flag for the first heat. They're digging. 3 has a moment. Can he get into that slider line and apply the pressure? Cole Younger to the bottom side. Dig, dig, dig. To the inside of the 023 on corner exit. Oh, Saunders gets it. CJ, fastest driver out there. 4 heat race number 1. Good little race line for everybody as the West Union, Ohio native gets himself a huge run there. Let's take a look at your starting grid for heat race number 2. Braxton Clark will be that driver. Scotty Newsom's going to be out there in that outside pole position. Brandon Starnes, Tony Martin will make up row number 2. George Fizel is going to be there with Kyle Carter in row number 3. Chandler Paul, Dusty Smith will make up row number 4. Cooper Swain there in row number 5. 20 drivers going to the feature here. I believe 19 is going to be the way that it's set. So these drivers ready to go. I think we're all ready to go. We like us some dirt racing. Braxton Clark ready to rock and roll? We all are. I like me some dirt street stock stuff. I do. And you know why? Because the dirt street stocks have a lot going for them. Reloading the textures there, folks. Want to make sure everybody's got their stuff loaded in nice and friendly. Newsom Clark, front row. Green flag. 10 laps. Clark digging, Newsom behind. Eye-line running for the 28 as the 23 works the inside. Newsom. Scotty driving the corner. Look at all that mess behind him. He says, I just need the second spot for the time being. Right now, Brendan Starnes in that 3 spot. As the 22 of Martin behind. Full send around the corner. Brandon Starnes looking to the inside. The track's starting to wear. You're seeing all of that dirt and debris kick up and over the car. Huge runs down the straightaway as they get into turn number 2. Bottom side for Newsom as the tires level out. 23 has a big run. Chandler Paul, fastest lap of the segment, 19.58, clearing some space here. Rolls the corner, playing catch up here, has the midline here, 19.56 for Dusty Smith. Dusty Smith rolling speedy lines right now as well. It's not impossible, but you've got to find your way. Tough to pass at Eldora unless you can utilize that high line to your advantage. Crossover move for the 21. 5 laps to go in heat race number 2, and this is a lot more close than the last one was. Braxton does have a half-second lead right now, but that might change at any given moment. Clark chooses the bottom line on the exit. Side by side, the 22 and the 1. 1 to the bottom side. Things switching ever so slightly, but the 22 utilizing that third lane. Gets to the back bumper. 1 out checks the hand to close down the distance. Gets down to the bottom side of the 22. Right now, the 28, 23, 22 roll that beautiful bean footage as they continue to work. Trying to play catch-up to the 28. 28 up next to the wall. Braxton Clark utilizing that right side up there where the grip is to extend the hand. Right now, all of them moving. 003 of Carter. Outside of the 33 of George. Diesel trying to make it work. 21 trying to make some room. 2 laps to go. 21 little bump says, excuse me. Dusty Smith to the bottom side, 3 wide on corner exit here as these drivers get hot and heavy. White flag waves for the final lap here in heat race number 2. Giving you all of the fantastic action right now. Scotty Newsom trying to hold on to the outside lane right there where the drive line is. Brandon Starnes down to slide around the bottom line. Trying to get enough grip around here. Clark wins the heat race number 2. Newsom second, Martin third, Starnes fourth, Carter fifth. Good work. They all went to it. Consolation coming up. This will determine the rest of the field. Johnny Grid for this 12-lapper here. Sage Luther is going to lead that field right now. George Fizel is going to have the outside pole position. Justin England, Chandler Paul, Nick Klosterman, Dusty Smith will make up those 3 rows. Alex Thompson, Cooper Swain, Dover Singleton will drive in and have a good one. Drivers are on pit lane. look at all of them ready to go. There's all the pit crews down there looking on, knowing that the cars either could come in or go home. 3 fast repairs for the drivers today. Damage is on. No cautions during the consolation race as the heat races, but there will be cautions during the during the feature. So the 30 lapper, this is going to be insane. 30 lap feature means that caution laps do not count. They do have enough fuel to make the race line. Good run, Tony Martin, says Robert out there. Luther, Fizel, Anglin, Paul, they are ready to go. These cars, a lot of horsepower. A lot of intimidation for the cars. They're ready to dig. I'm ready to dig. Can you dig it? It's dirt racing at Eldora. Consolation, green flag. Luther with a great start there. Unique Woodmasters giving us all of the racing today. You can find all the links in the description for the major primary sponsors of all this. Beazell has a whole lot happening. Nick Klosterman down to the bottom side. There's the 01 of Justin Anglin. 01 trying to hold on. Oh! Alex Thompson on the bottom side here. Getting ready to get turned back around. He had the 21 right there below him. That's Dusty Smith. Dusty Smith all over the back bumper here. So we take a quick look. 16 drops in front of the 21, up into him. Little door banging. And then all the way around. So you will try to play catch up. Sage, 19.57 out front. Full second lead as George tries to close down that high line, the fast line. Right now with the dirt street stocks. Those winged sprints are going to be looking a little different as well, I think. Side by side, Diesel and the 01 of Justin Anglin. Nobody giving any ground here. Klosterman to the bottom side. Klosterman into the 01. They straighten back up. 72 of Chandler Paul utilizing that high line wall to get himself around the 01 and Nick Klosterman. Klosterman and Anglin got themselves into a little tussle there. 7 laps to go. As the race line still trying to improve. 03 of Singleton trying to run a clean race. Right now, the 12 of Swain. Little bounce off the wall there. Gets himself down into the draft sector. Not that these cars can draft. There's not much about them that make that. But look at how much that track is starting to wear away. 21 free off corner exit. Singleton taps the wall down to the bottom. Sage Luther. 2.7 second lead. And I talked about Sage and how he's able to run these race lines. And pretty much he's utilizing very little turn around this racetrack. He is pretty much driving the entire top of the line with barely a fleck. He's barely flexing those arms. Got to be careful not to wall ride, though, because if you wall ride, you find yourself having bad situations. CJ, give us a like. George, 3.5. Holding on to Anglin here. 3 laps to go. And the consolation is pretty much looking like Sage has this one in lock, barring a catastrophe here. Good to go this time by. Swain playing catch up here. Klosterman doing the same. Gave some room, had to recollect his thoughts. Cleanest car on the circuit right now. Takes the white flag. Ooh, little wall tap there. Luther, 4 seconds. Trying to utilize that's where the grip is right now. And you're noticing there's not much you can do on the weight of that. Luther wins the consolation. Ezel and Anglin second and third. Paul comes home fourth. Fifth for Swain. Klosterman sixth. Smith seventh. Singleton eighth. The Sage Luther resets to the pit road, ready to rock and roll. George on the bottom side. Thompson ninth in all of this. All right. You're taking 15 to the feature. I thought it was 20. My fault. 15 to the feature. There it is. CJ, Braxton Clark, Cole Younger, Scotty Newsom. And make it front 2 rows. CJ fastest out there. Giving us a good show earlier. Zach Dillon, Tony Martin will make up row number 3. David Garman's going to have row number 4 in lock as Brandon Starnes holds off row number 5. Paul Peffer, Kyle Carter in row number 5. Row 4 again, David Garman, Brandon Starnes. Sage Luther will make up row 6 with George Fizel to his outside. And then the rest of your starting grid should have clicked over. Apparently it did not. I had this problem earlier, so we'll have to make sure that we fix that. Don't know, folks. Don't know. Yeah, it's not rotating the grid over, so we'll have to figure that out. Yeah. Let me see if there's a button fix for this. Either way, we're ready to go. It'll be Chandler Paul, Justin Anglin, and Cooper Swain at the tail end of this one, folks. Be ready to go here in just a moment as Pace Truck will lead them around. 023, 28, 3, 23, ready to rock and roll. They're digging. $28 Clark to the inside. Braxton Clark trying to make it interesting here early. They're going to door bang here. The 23 is Scotty Newsom to the bottom side. CJ working the high lane. These drivers trying to get themselves in a groove. The 3 of Cole Younger off 2 as well. Braxton Clark on the high side. Utilizing that huge drive line that he has. 330. 3 of 30 working. Braxton Clark 1970 as they work here. Tony Martin, Zach Dillon, still there. Brandon Starnes still trying to work. Big runs into the straightaways. Look at him go. All that dirt, all that dust. This is a dry track. Very dry track. Scotty Newsom off pace. Braxton Clark out front. CJ Saunders trying to close the distance. Drivers getting close to the wall. Little wall tap for the 3 of Cole Younger up there. Scotty Newsom still trying to defend off Brandon Starnes in front. This is a look on board the 22. A little roof cam drone footage here as you see the scrapes and the bangs. I'm going to get out of the gas, out of the throttle, managing the race line. Beazell, Paul Peffer here. Trying to work on what he has. Sage Luther here to the bottom side of the 5 of Pepper. As we get to 25 lap to go mark here. Fast lap for Brandon Starnes, 19.62. Figuring something out here. Faster than the field in front of him. Little wall tap there. These drivers trying to keep themselves in that groove up top. Right now, the 28, Braxton Clark, way up the race line. They are really trying to work that high line. 23, 0.23 to the inside, 3 to the outside. It's DJ to the bottom. Oh, 0.23 slip in front of the 3 there. Took the line away, and right now, Cole Younger had the opportunity there. He was working the line. 0.23 pulled a slider off, checked the 3 up. Now Brandon Starnes going back to work here as Braxton Clark walks away with the front side here. A lot of drivers trying to find pace. 3 to the bottom. The drive off just isn't there. 3 wide. 3's going to give up this spot here. Oh, 23 up into the wall. A bump from the 23. Scotty Newsom. They're going to lose a lot of ground here. 3 up the race line to take over that spot. 23 goes back to work here. 20, Zach Dillon to the inside. 06 of David Garman working back here as well. Braxton Clark out front, 1.1 second lead. Sage Luther, who had almost a 4-second lead, trying to find a way back around this racetrack. 33 up high, that's George Fizel. Loading in some of the driver paints that didn't load in there, folks. Ford Performance Mustang look right there. Second lead, Brandon Starnes closing down the distance here. Braxton Clark still out front. Starnes utilizing a different kind of line here. Cole Younger trying to work back in fourth. 20 of Zach Dillon to the bottom side up 5. Biggest mover of the race right now. For how long? These drivers really trying to work, trying to do what they can here. 16 laps to go. Oh, they go. Oh, no caution. A lot happening there. They were able to recollect their thoughts. David Garman, one of the drivers. Sage Luther on the high side, trying to get around George Fizel. They are, Fizel. Garman to the high side, or to the high side of the 03. I tell you what, 33 is going around. There's going to be a caution here. Got to be a caution. There it is. It was about to be a big run. Now this right here, these two were running very, very much tightly here, and this is kind of one of those things that the line gets taken away. 0.26 the high side, 33 still there. And a little wall tap from the 33 slows them up a little bit. 5 gets into the back of them. 0.26, they get back to rolling here. And then the 0.26 was still there. George was trying to get back into that spot. And all these cars, little collection plate offering going on there. Big look. Big runs. Man, oh man. It was a good wreck. It was a really good wreck. Cars look fine, though. Single file restart, I believe. We'll see. Caution laps do not count. Braxton Clark had a full second lead, but Brandon Starnes was closing the distance. I'll tell you what, they're ready to go. They are antsy. Double file. Oh, we're not under 10 laps to go. So double file restart here. Braxton Clark will need to clear the one. Get himself up in the line that he has been using from the start. 023 of CJ Saunders down below. They're ready to go. 28. Gonna dig. 3, Cole Younger. They're to the high side as well. 023 not clear yet. They're getting rolling here. That wall is where the grip is right now. And Cole Younger to third as the 3 tries to work here. Brandon Starnes in that second lane, second high lane. Everybody utilize a little wall here. 3 to clear for third. Let's go back to where the overlay is. Eldora, 12 laps to go. 023 trying to dig here, trying to find every grip that he can get to the bottom side. Cole Younger all over the back of the one of Starnes. 023 able to make it stick. The thing about the high line is that the high line is stuck behind each other. And if you are good on the bottom, like CJ's working right now. CJ making gains here. Little loss there. Brandon Starnes playing catch up to Braxton Clark here. Justin Anglin back here in the 01. Oh, he's going around. Caution will come out. 10 laps to go. We'll try to flip this thing back around. Scotty Newsom on pit road. Cooper Swain here in the 12. Right up the tail end of the field. Everybody on the lead lap right now. Sage Luther try to make some things happen. George Fizel is here as well. Braxton Clark, still your race leader. 10 laps to go. We'll see if they take it a single file restart, if it's still going to be a double file. That is on Iracing to consider. Big moves, loud racetrack. These guys are having fun. I think it's a great race line. I think it's a great racetrack. Reminder right after this, there's the 06 of David Garman. A reminder after this, we're going to go jump right into the sprints. We're going to get the practice session underway. And while we do, we'll check on the world of racing out there. Kimberly Stars, give us a like. Thank you, dear. Lamar out there, there's the Paintworks family. Lamar, give us a like. Thank you, sir. 28-1-023-322. Single file restart on the high line. Chiefland RC Raceway, go Zach, go Paul and Cooper. Great sponsor out there, Chiefland RC Raceway. Give it us some love. Thank you so much. Trying to delay as much of the start as you can. The 1 gives Braxton a little bump. Back at it, 9 laps to go. Oh, Cole Younger into the wall. 023 trying to clear here. Gonna slide. That's the slide job at Eldora. Use that line, get it working. Thank you for the like. DJ Saunders trying to go back at it. 3 taps the wall. Caution. Cole Younger giving a 023 a little piece of his mind there. It does look like. Go back and take a look at what happened here. Paul Pfeffer, it looks like, had an issue. The race line, there's a 5 right there. Drops in low. The 01, oof. The bad exit right there. 2 different lines being ran. A low line and a high line. They meet in the middle. 8 laps to go. Drivers are ready to work. Single file restart. 023 is your pole sitter on heat race number 1, but the race dynamic has changed. Green flag. 3 to the bottom. Three to slide up in front of the 023. The battle is on. David Garman back here drops into the bottom of the corner. 3 to the back bumper of CJ Saunders to the inside. 6 laps to go. Braxton Clark digs for turn 1. Younger slide job up the race line. These two are door banging harder than, well, your mad teenager because you wouldn't let her go out late at night. 3 better drive line off. Inside they go, side by side racing. Bottom line drive off. 3 trying to dig for third. The battle for third holds on. Cole Younger tries to slide up the race line. 023 will clear here. DJ Saunders trying to dig for second. Cole Younger, a little wall tap there. 22 of Martin right behind. Tony Martin having a phenomenal race. 4/10 of a second lead for Braxton Clark. 4 laps to go here in the feature here at Eldora. Unique Woodworks giving us a good look at what these drivers are trying to do. Cole Younger all over that back bumper of the 023. Tony Martin on board, just looking ahead, seeing what's going on. 3 to go. Big wide body tires. 3 dings the wall there. Tony Martin doing a phenomenal job of just trying to hold that race line. Wait for somebody to make a mistake. Braxton Clark comes around. White flag waves for the final lap in the street stock feature. Reminder, wing sprints coming up here right after this. As we see the 28-1, 023 and 3. 1 to the bottom side. Brandon Starnes trying to make it stick. Braxton Clark wins. The feature at Eldora Street Stocks, giving us a good look at what's to come from Alexandria. Braxton Clark taking a dig at Brandon Starnes' points lead and looking ever so good doing it. CJ will finish in third. Brandon Starnes will be your P2 finisher today. Look at your race results real quick. For these 2 drivers, Braxton Clark's Brandon Starnes, CJ Saunders will make up your top 3 here. Cole Younger will finish in 4th. Tony Martin in 5th. Zach Dillon, Sage Luther, George Fizel, Chandler Paul, Justin England, all the way through 10th. Kyle Carter, Cooper Swain, Paul Pfeffer, and David Garman finish out the 14th. Scotty Newsom. I don't think Scotty joined the race. I don't think he did. Who talked to Braxton, do you believe? Gotta dig. Braxton Clark, your feature winner today. Had to pull off a slide job there for a moment at the very start of this one and made it stick. Did some great driving very early. The track wore out during all the heats. That high line was the line you had to protect. You did so. Walk me through today's race.
Trying to jump it a little bit, see if I couldn't get in his head, and then I just got up on the top and then threw the slider, and it worked out. And then he got involved with Cole Younger, and they were throwing sliders, and I was just walking away there, and then we started having some cautions, and then I don't know what happened, and then Brandon Starnes came around, and he was on my tail most of the time, so it was just real slick up there. It was hard in 1 and 2. 3 and 4 I had down. 1 and 2 is just, it's so fine up there.
Seemed like the bottom line was not a line that you could run with the street stocks today. It seemed like you'd stall out. You wouldn't be able to get the drive off that you needed. These cars wanted to turn more than they needed to. Up high, it seemed like folks were able to get a little extra grip with the wall being there.
Yeah, it definitely was. That cushion, it'll wobble your wheel a little bit. It's crazy.
Well, it looked good. You made it look easy. Well, I didn't say made it look easy. It looked like it was tough to maintain there. But Braxton, congratulations on the feature win here in the Street Stock Series at Eldora. Give you shout outs, my man.
Dirt Anarchy, a great league to come race in. Anarchy Wraps and Designs. Brandon Starnes, Michael Mitchell, they do great with the league and the wraps. It's awesome. I'm running his wraps. Crew Chief Jackson Clark, and then Paul for putting this deal on.
It's a ton of fun. Braxton, look forward to seeing you in the next one.
Yep.
28 comes home in victory lane. Let's talk to Brandon Starnes, who finishes in second, who needed just a little bit more. I don't know what you could have done any different during this feature. You ran the fastest lap of the race, and then you turn around and you're playing catch up here. You're up 4 spots, started 5th in the heat. Tell me about it. It just seemed like you just had to run that single file line.
Man, it turned to the wall, a lot quicker than I wanted it to, and then it got single file. And Braxton, man, he's consistent, and I knew it was going to be hard to get around him. And but I felt like I had a little bit more than he did. I felt like it was a couple times I probably could have slid him down the straightaway or something, kind of get it run and kind of come up above him.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't want to take him out. He ran me a clean race last week, and I was like, I don't want to cause no issues, because he ran me clean last week. So I just kind of kept it safe, and went for the slide at the end, and which I knew once I dropped down there, it was like nothing. You had nothing once you got to the bottom. It was just slick. But it was a fun race.
I asked him about it basically stalling out on the bottom, and that's pretty much what it looked like. It looked like anybody who went to the bottom was, if somebody was on your tail and you couldn't reassume your position, you were going to lose spots. And we watched that a couple of times today. Street stocks at Eldora. I mean, a typical high line working, but it seemed like it wore out pretty quick.
It went away quick on us, and man, I like I say, I suck on qualifying in the street stock for some reason, but I'm fast in the feature. As long as if I qual first, I'm kind of hard to get around. But I kind of messed up on my qual, and finally, I had a good run there right starting the feature. I started 8th, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
I came up from 8th, and so I had some good moves to make there, and I just kind of got lucky. They kind of split it. I mean, I think I went 3 wide there with Zach Dillon one turn. There's a car on the top, car on the bottom, and I said, man, there's a gap I'm big enough to fit through. I'm going. So I just stuck it, and luckily we held it all together. Didn't cause no issues. So
there's a whole lot. You can tear these cars up and still be able to drive them. That's for sure. Brandon, congratulations. Give you shout outs, my man.
Man, Four and foremost, I got to thank 4M Customs, Michael Mitchell, Anarchy Wraps and Designs, BUCKWHEAT'S Customs, 54 Motorsports, NRI Machining, Adrenaline Spike Designs, Track Dogs Racing for our merchandise, 06 Racing Productions, David Garman, and PFEFFER Designs, Paul, for putting this on, man. It was a hell of a time. Had a blast.
Well, we got wing sprints coming up, and that's going to be fast.
Yeah, I probably won't do as good there.
Hey, it's the way it works, though, right?
But I'm going to have fun. So that's all that matters.
That's what matters. Brandon, congratulations. Win last week, P2 today.
Yes, sir. I'm going to try to keep this momentum up the rest of the season. See if we can't stay up front.
I think you two are going to swap position. Actually, you guys will be tied for points. So I don't know how that's going to work when it comes to 1-2, but we'll see how it does work. Brandon, congratulations once again.
Thank you, Jason, man. You have a great day, man.
Well, that's the number one. Finishes P2, though. Let's talk to CJ. CJ, had his work cut out for him today. Came in very strong, very much in the race line to try to get back up front. A lot of door banging, early slide jobs and early action. Cause you have to work yourself back up there, and it just seemed like you and Cole were dinging each other there for a little bit, but it looked like it was a little bit of fun though.
Oh yeah, very intense, man. I was my nerves were getting me there. First time in the league race here, jumping in and running up front with these guys. Just didn't want to mess up and wreck everybody up front and be that guy. So yeah, a little bit of nerves. Me and Cole were racing, man. That was pretty intense.
I was wondering who was gonna finish the juggling act, and finally you were able to get yourself in that position with under 10 laps to go to finally have that opportunity to stick that line. What did you need to get those next two spots?
I just throwed it in and took that top line. I mean, if you're not on that top, you're going backwards. So I was just able to hold them back there for a minute and then put about a half-second gap on them, and that was pretty much the end of that. Ride the last few laps out and try to get that third and get in here with you.
That's the way it is. That's the way it works. Yeah. How'd you like your first race?
Oh, I had a blast, man. Like I said, I was nervous. I started on the pole. Couldn't believe that. I'm like, oh, man, I'm getting nervous. And so I probably could have been maybe a little bit faster there at the beginning. It took me a minute to get in my groove. But just being conservative, maybe lost a couple spots over conservative. But, yeah, now I got to cool my wheel down. This thing is smoking.
CJ, it looked like it was a ton of fun. Congratulations on a P3 finish, man. You get your time for some shout-outs. Go for it.
Thanks, man. I just want to shout out to Two Sick Gaming TV on YouTube. We're starting a channel, multi-streamers. My buddy Scotty helping me out. We actually worked on his rig today. So we got a good little group behind us, just having fun sim racing.
I like to hear it. CJ, congratulations. Look forward to seeing more racing out of you.
Thanks, buddy.
Always. It's the 023 coming home in P3. I had a pretty darn phenomenal race. Good look, good race line. But Braxton Clark comes home in victory lane in the feature, folks. I've got to do some resetting so we can get ready for the wing sprints, which are going to come up here at Eldora in just a moment. While we do that, just a reminder, make sure that you go get yourself some water. We got some more racing coming up right after this. I'll be right back in just a moment. All right, they're loaded in. I'm loaded in. We're all ready for some fantastic action here at Eldora. I tell you what, these wing sprints put down some fast laps. We talked about the 19-second laps, 19.5-second laps that we were seeing. Excuse me, had hiccups. The 19.5-second laps that we were seeing out of the street stocks. You want to talk about some fast vehicles? These wing sprints right now doing in excess of 130 miles an hour on the Eldora Speedway. These things are screaming fast. Nick Klosterman, fast lap right now, 13.48. That is about 6 seconds faster than the fastest lap that we saw on the street stock. So when it comes to the driveline in these cars, you'll see a lot of it still work the same way. On the long haul of things, 14.9 is the slowest lap that I saw out there on a race line, 14.84 right now. But on the high line, these drivers are running 14.02s, 14.2s, 14.4s. These things are going to be absolutely fast. If you like what you see, make sure you hit that like, follow, subscribe. Again, big special thank you to all the sponsors of the series. Tonight's races have been brought to you by unique Woodmasters out there on the old platform. Make sure that you go and check them out. There's information in the race description on Facebook and YouTube. Out there on Twitch, you got to get over to our Facebook page, give us a follow, and make sure that what you see is what you get, because it's going to be a ton of fun. Unique Woodmasters LLC for all your custom woodworking needs. 6750 Guadalupe Road, Celina, Ohio. You can give them a call at 419-268-9663 and do what they got to do. Have some fun with it. These cars are ready to go. It's gonna be an interesting look and consideration of what they did before. I still don't know why my grid is doing what it is. I was trying to figure that out while we were under the variable here, so I want to make sure that I had everything working correctly. I don't know. Going through. There's probably something I need to fix. Probably. We'll see though. And things have changed in the overlay with the update that they just did. I almost want to roll back to the other one. Nothing I can do about it though. What am I gonna do about it right now, at least? Oh man. Some drivers are out here. They have their favorite vehicles they like to run. Their favorite dirt series vehicles. Just like in the oval circuit, there are vehicles that some drivers like to run. Some drivers don't like to run. Forgive me, I'm moving some stuff around here. I like the truck series more so than I like any of the other manufacturers when it comes to the oval circuit. In the dirt series, I'm a bigger fan of the dirt street stocks, just because I feel like I can handle them and I can drive them. These wing sprints take a lot of talent. That's for darn sure. Definitely nothing wrong with that. Alex, thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, I just don't like... I'm a perfectionist at core. So I don't like to see... I don't like to see hiccups, or I don't like to see any issues. I've been using SDK Gaming for the better part of almost 2 years now. And, you know, anytime there's an update, there's usually things that I have to look for. And right now, the starting grid isn't working like it's supposed to. And so that kind of throws me off. It is what it is, though. We try to do our job. Oh, they're getting ready to qualify in just a moment. While they do, I'm going to sit back and enjoy my water and see what how fast these drivers are going to be able to run. Give me, folks. I had to make a change there. The monitor was doing something. I was trying to change those cameras and it didn't work out there. I don't like having those kinds of things happen. Qualifying up and ready to go. Here's your winged sprints race information. Track temperature right now for the 4.44 mile length Eldora Speedway. Again, very big on the turns. You're going to see these drivers go 3 and 4 wide. Pretty much pretty early on. 10 lap heats, 12 lap consolation, 30 lap feature, of course, same as before. 5 from the heats. And then based on the way things are progressing, we'll probably take 15 to the feature again. Partly cloudy skies, 2 mile an hour wind, 20% humidity. Same concept as before. The track temperature very low right now, so we'll see how long the grip holds this time by. Because before we noticed that in the street stocks that these big tires on the street stocks, they made it slick real quick. So we'll see if that is going to carry over the same way that they do. Or that happened before. So these drivers are looking for some good speed and some good timing. Lot of different angles for these folks. David Garman so far sitting on pole as the 06 works that high race line here, trying to keep it full throttle. That wing's probably put forward with a whole lot of downforce just to keep the speed in the car. Still 13.74 in his fast lap here. Braxton Clark is going to be out qualifying. Take a look at his laps. He was very fast in the last race, of course. Getting the win over a good field. See if he's going to be able to utilize his wing sprint to his advantage. Braxton sitting P5 right now. He's utilizing that bottom lane. We watched David Garman utilize all of the high lane. Braxton Clark, his best of 13.82. Lost him out there, still qualifying as well. Cole Younger going out there to ding it a little bit. Make sure all the paints are downloaded for everybody. Some drivers don't qualify well, but they will get out there and run a phenomenal race. Watch Cole Younger go from the back to the front earlier and did a pretty darn bang-up job. 13.88, utilizing the low lane to find their way around this racetrack. Big difference driving these than it is driving the street stocks. That's for darn sure. Drivers are all qualified, but a couple. Stage getting some more race line figured out here. These wing sprints are fun. They look fun. They look like they have the overall race pace. That's for darn sure. Some of the best race pace out there. Yeah. 30 seconds away, I do believe. We'll see what these drivers are going to entail. Right now, it looks like we've got about 20 drivers registered for the race. So we'll see exactly what they're going to be able to bring out and what kind of drive line is going to be able to be held on to. We talk about the high line runs and what these folks have looked at. It's been shown so far that that is exactly where these cars are going to be able to need to go up to. Especially watching the practice, watching that last street stock race. Different vehicle doesn't mean that the race line isn't figured out the same way. Starting grid. David Garman, George Fizel. That'll be your 1-2. And a big 1-2 punch it is. Braxton Clark, Cole Younger will make up row number 2. Brandon Starnes, Zach Dillon, row number 3. Trevor Schroeder will have Dusty Smith to his outside in that row number 4. David Williams will make up row number 5. These drivers, these amazing looking winged sprints, you're ready to go. Heat race number 1 for the second of 2 here. Gonna change that once again, folks. Do apologize about that. Unique Woodmasters giving us the call today. Make sure you check the description for all the partners and affiliates of the Dirt Assassins League out there. They do have quite a few. A lot of folks they like to thank. A lot of folks they like to get out there and make sure that it gets all the attention they can. Unique Woodmasters, one of those fine folks. Will be 10-lap heats here. No cautions. Unless it's a catastrophe, of course. Unless it's deemed necessary. Outside of that, that's it. That's all it goes. David Garman, ready to go. Kyle giving us a like. Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate you. 06, 33, 28, 3, 1, 20, 21, 19, 13. Pace truck, we'll let him be. Fizel, Garmin. They are ready. I hope you are as well. Good pace for him. Good pace strategy. Michael Mitchell giving us a like. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate you. Pace truck, we'll dive in. For heat race number 1? Well, how about it? On full send. Get it. 10 to go. Loud race line for the drivers. David Garman out front, 0.3 of a second lead. Fizel tries to close the distance down. Zach Dillon back there in the 4 spot, up 2 already. They run the high line. Trying to carry forward. Drivers utilizing what grip they have on the bottom side for the time being. Right now, the 19 of Trevor Schroeder. Trying to close down some distance. Utilizing the high line. Full speed ahead. He said, down the port torpedoes. That's what it is. Garmin, 13.82. Midline running. Fast lap. Still working that direction. Right now, Trevor Schroeder tries to clear Braxton Clark. Braxton Clark to the bottom side. The bottom line, just not there. The car wants to stall. Brandon Starnes up the race line already. 6 to go. Cole Younger in the 3. Rockets toward the bottom. 20 in his toe. Closing down the distance. Trying to close in to David Garman, who has this one. If he could just hold on for 5 more laps. Already running the high line to the 3rd line. Down to back up to the high line. Schroeder runs the fastest lap. 13.82. Trying to get himself around a couple of drivers here. Younger clears. Cole Younger to the high side. Right on that wall. 20 of Zach Dillon clears. Very touchy with those open wheels. Right now, 3 laps to go. Cole Younger trying to make sure that he is at least inside the top 5. The 19 of Schroeder able to clear here. 20 rolls forward. Brandon Starnes in that 6th spot. David Garman, 2 laps to go, has a full second lead over the field. Fizel tries to make it work. 1-2. Drivers still sticking it out. Cole Younger under pressure here. Oh, Brandon Starnes into Younger. David Garman comes around. He's going to take heat race number 1. He does it with a full 1.1 second lead. Fizel finishes in 2nd. Trevor Schroeder finishes in 3rd. Zach Dillon, Brandon Starnes, 4th and 5th. That was very unfortunate there. Martin, going to be your pole sitter for heat race number 2. Sage Luther, outside pole sitter. Matthew Croak will have Josh Bittner to his outside. Klosterman, Darren Harrell will make up row number 3. Kyle Carter, Dover Singleton will make up row number 4. Cooper Swain in row number 5. They are ready. You believe they're ready? At least I think they're ready. Goodness gracious. All those wing spreads ready to go. Dirt Assassins. Drivers are ready to go. I'm ready to go. 10 lap heat race number 2. Consolation coming up after this. Again, 12 lap consolation. Or the B main, however you want to look at it. Martin Luther. Ready to dig. These trucks in. Green flag. Martin, big run. Luther, 26. Get himself up the race line quick if he doesn't. Matthew Croak here in the O2. Ready to rock and roll. 6 Racing Productions. Taking heat race number 1. Martin up top. Utilizing that second drive off. Broke in the 0-2, 22-0-2. 0-2 try to battle for the lead on the inside. Broke 14-0-2 last time by. Nobody below a 14-second lap yet. 8 to go. Everybody settled in. Broke trying to go to the bottom. Not able to make it stick. Full throttle for the 22. 0-2 trying to slide it. Not going to have it. 22 carries on the outside. One more time for the 0-2. 0-2 still to the bottom side. Needs to be in front of the 22. 22 is going to keep clearing here. 0-2 needs to slide up. That's the slider line. Comes up the race line. Tries to cut it off. Not going to happen. 22 to the outside. One more time. Has it stuck. Can he stick it now? Does. For a second. Now, able to utilize that middle lane. Trying to get himself around. Croak in the 0-2. 13.94 last time by. Wall tap. Stage Luther to the second lane. To the bottom side. Ready to clear. 22 of Martin. Tony Martin ready to roll. Trying to utilize that upper grip. 3 laps to go. Martin needs to dig. Two to go. Darren Harrell back here, working on the groove. There's Cooper Swain in the 12, Josh Bittner in the 84. White flag for Croak. As Klosterman up 1, find himself in the feature, but a little ways back. Croak, 2 spots, dug into it, made it stick. He's going to win heat race number 2. I'll tell you what. He put on a show. Consolation. 8 drivers in the Consi. 5 going to the feature. Braxton Clark, Kyle Carter, Dusty Smith, Darren Harrell, David Williams, Cooper Swain, Cole Younger, and Dover Singleton make up those drivers. Braxton Clark loads them in. Up close and personal here. Listen to the rumble. That's so awesome. These things sound mean. Even though when they're up to speed, they sound like really mad bumblebees. Or an angry weed eater, whichever you want to call it. They do idle really nicely. Eldora with the Dirt Assassins League. Forum Customs giving you a call out there as well. The sound and everything that is interesting out there. Tell you what, my overlay and I are gonna have a little chit chat about some chit chat stuff. Clark, Carter, Smith, Harl, Williams, Swain, Younger, Singleton, green flag. Braxton Clark needing to find a race line, needs to dig now. Cole Younger inside the top 5 already. 0002 driving a NOS 17. Sorry, 002. Forgive me on that one. Dusty Smith in the 21 rolls that P3 spot. Kyle Carter back here. And the 003 to find Braxton Clark. Carter 14.33 on the last lap. 10 laps to go here. We've completed, we got to complete 12 of them total. Dusty Smith holding on. Braxton Clark. A little faster that time by. Dusty Smith running his fast lap. 14.64, 14.65, 14.57 for Darren Harrell. The drivers continue to move. They're always impressive. Big moves going on. There's Cooper Swain in the 12, getting a little bit figured out here. Damage on the right side of that 12. David Williams in the 13 trying to close in his racing distance to Dover Singleton. They've all got to catch this guy right here, the 3. Darren Harrell, 002, up the race line. Trying to dig. 21 of Smith to the bottom side. Kyle Carter still trying to close down that half-second distance. Braxton Clark sent it into turn 1. He just egg-shaped that, and that was an interesting race line on the bottom side. Kyle Carter playing catch-up here. 4 to go. Kyle Carter is full send mode right now. 28 takes the line away from the 03. 03 off the race line, down to the bottom. Trying to pull slider off, not going to get it. 28 back to the outside, into the wall. 03, 003. Going to take over the lead. Braxton Clark had a little hiccup there. 002 right behind. Gotta go. Kyle Carter takes over the lead with 3 laps to go. Is going to have the white flag here. Clark. It's Darren Harrell. Singleton having an issue. Carter comes around. He's going to take the consolation race. That B main was all his. Ooh, he slaps the wall at the end, though. Darren Harrell will be second. Clark will be third. Smith and Younger will make up the final drivers here. Kyle Carter really making it stick down there on the bottom. He's from north of me as well. Jefferson City, Missouri guy. All right. Feature. Still don't know why it's doing that. David Garman, Matthew Croak, 1-2. Weasel, Tony Martin, Schroeder, Sage Luther, that's your front 3 rows. Zach Dillon, Nick Klosterman, Brandon Starnes, Josh Bittner make up the next 2 rows. And Kyle Carter, Darren Harrell will be there in row number 6. Braxton Clark, not shown. Dusty Smith and Cole Younger will make up the next couple as they get ready to leave pit road here. Confusing times. I don't know what's going on, folks. There's Kyle Carter there. David Garman ready to go. He's been watching. He knows what this racetrack looks like right now. It looks like that. It looks like a glossy mess. It looks like wet clay, but it's hardened black clay. That racetrack looks like it needs the tractor to come out and fill it up a little bit. That's what it is. Spray a little water down. Pace truck's gonna dive in. Croak, Garmin, Ezel, Martin, green flag. 30 laps. Caution laps do not count. '06 slider up the race line. '02 working the high side. Ezel there as well. Second lane. Drivers moving all over the place here. And his caution will come out quick. George in on pit lane here. There's a drop in. Ooh. They're only Tonka cars. Only kidding. They do have fast repairs here, so hopefully George. I think George is still showing a lap down. He shouldn't have been a lap down. I don't believe he. I believe he would be a lap down here. If I'm not mistaken. He should be on the lead lap according to. Oops. It'll all fix itself if that's the case. This car is very much crab walking down the pit road lane. Needs to get to his pit stop, get a fast repair here. There it is. Fast repair coming up. Yeah, should be on the lead lap. Caution laps do not count, so everybody on the lead lap still. Double file for them. Garmin, Croak ready to go again. It's a quick one there. Get it out of the way. They gotta get those ones out of the way. We'll go back lap 3. Race truck's gonna be in. 06 has got to dig here. Dig. Dig. Everybody going. Holy cow. Garmin on the high side, full throttle. I watched him do this in practice, and right now, Croak going for the lead here. Digs that wing in, and right now tries to take the lane away from Garmin. Garmin keeps himself out of the wall there. 14.50 for Croak. Caution comes back out. Bittner and Schroeder. Back this up just a little bit. Little far chase. The 19. Travis Schroeder. Ooh. Oh, 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 oh. That car's broken. He jumps to pit lane. '84 to pit road, 20 to pit road. Sometimes it's hard to get these things rolling. Trevor Schroeder waiting for the tow. Tows around here are pretty short. Might be able to get himself in and out of pit road pretty quick. We'll see. 105. 84 of Bittner. We're leaving pit road here. Matthew Croak, your race leader. Tony Martin's in second. Be double file here. Trevor Schroeder still waiting on his toe. Can't be any more than that. There's no way. Eldora. That's a short one. They're gone. Green flag. Garmin back here. Ooh. One of the wall. From the front to the back. Now he has to work his way back forward. 25 laps to go here. 24 this time by. Broke 14.45 as the high line comes in. Luther going to close back down. Sage Luther very fast on this racetrack. Tony Martin in third. Kyle Carter's going to be in fourth. Brandon Starnes in fifth here. Braxton Clark trying to close down the distance. David Garman closing back down as well. George Fiesel here. '26 of Nick Klosterman. Little contact there, more contact. As Klosterman gets into the 33. Klosterman on the bottom side, trying to wiggle that car around. 84 in the tow. Klosterman trying to stay into the throttle here. David Garman back to fifth here. Garman was at the tail end of the field. In the course of 5 laps, finds himself running the very bottom of this race line. And trying to close in the 5.9 seconds he needs to croak here. The 0-2 going to close in that race distance. Tony Martin there as well. David Garman 6 seconds. Caution comes back out. Zach Dillon, George Fiesel involved. Take a look. Ooh, there's a wall tap. Accidental. I can vouch for him. He didn't go to pit lane. Didn't even commit. Then nope. Kind of got pushed down there. David Garman back here. Gonna need a good restart here. Catch back up to where he was at. Your pole sitter led the first stint by a mound of time. That first heat race was all his. Croak. Back in to work it again. These sprints are like nothing else. They really are. Adam says, go Zach, go. Rob Martin is watching. Like to see it, Rob. Thank you very much. The 18 to go when we go back to green flag racing. Double file back at it again. Remember, single file restarts when it's under 10 laps to go. Right now, these drivers try not to be beat by 5 seconds. They're going. The look is the high line. Braxton Clark at 5. Brandon Starnes dropping back here a little bit. Has Cole Younger in front of him up 5. Braxton Clark up 5. Broke runs the fastest lap of the race, 14.37. A 1.3 second lead already. He's driving straight around the outside. Sage Luther trying to do the same thing. His cars are full throttle right now. Tony Martin in third. David Garman in tow, trying to get himself around. Finding grip where grip doesn't exist. Whoa. Tony Martin up in front of David Garman there. Garman has to recollect and go back at it. 13 laps now, 12 laps to go. Digs a little bit more with that right rear. You see the angle. Tony Martin into the wall. Big checkup here. He's going to have to slide it down. To change his lane and now recollect one more time. 11 laps to go. 3.5 second lead. Matthew Croak has driven around the top of this racetrack. Now is egg shaping it here. To shave off a little time. Sage Luther trying to hold on to it. David Garman trying to get himself back around this race line. Tony Martin trying to close the distance here. And now 5 seconds, 4.5 seconds, the distance between Matthew and Luther, Martin and Garman. Garman down the bottom of the racetrack. Josh Bittner in the 84. Younger, a lap down. Starnes about to be a lap down. 7 laps to go. Tony Martin runs his fastest lap this last time by. 14.61. Sage Luther, 6 laps to go. Under pressure right now. Changing that wing to accommodate the race line. Nailing the wall there as Garman's going to go by. Oh, try to go by. Tony Martin. Yeah, I concede that position. Go back and get it again. He was fast there. He stalled out. Garman gave him the room. Broke. 7 seconds. 3 laps to go. 02, 026, 06, 22, 84. Lap traffic and 7 seconds to play with. I'm just taking my time. I'm not even trying. I'm not even going to worry about it. He's going to worry about it. He gets himself around the bottom of the racetrack. White flag waves for the final lap here. As he can just coast around in neutral. Drivers in their finishing position. Matthew Croak, 7.5 seconds. That's the win. Luther, Martin, Garman all digging at it. Those are the top 3. That was your race right there for second. Luther finishes in second. Martin will be in third. Garmin 4th. Josh Bittner in 5th. Matthew Croak was on fire there. He did everything right. Got the restarts he needed. Didn't even need to worry about that one. Take a look at your race results. 7.6 second victory there. Sage Luther will finish second. Tony Martin third. David Garmin fourth. Bittner fifth. Fiesel in sixth. Klosterman seventh. Dylan eighth. Carter ninth. Clark 10th. Brandon Starnes, Cole Younger, Dusty Smith, Darren Harrell, and Trevor Schroeder, all there at the bottom of the race line there. And oh man, talk to your race winner, Matthew Croak. 7.6 seconds. Nobody had anything for you. Tell me about it. And restarts just killer. What'd you do? What do you do different than everybody else did besides, well, first you're at front, but on top of that, you had a clean race line?
Yeah, I kind of last minute got off work. Luckily, I can make it. I had to miss last week, so that was kind of rough to be behind the 8-ball in standings, but, just had a really bad qual lap. Didn't get much time with the setup. But once I got in the heat race and figured out the setup, it was actually pretty easy to drive. Just pedal to the metal and don't lift.
That's the thing about these cars. The moment you lift, the moment that they get squirrely and you see drivers shaking about and trying to find that groove and get back into that rhythm. Good restart will get you in that opportunity, or get you that opportunity to find that slider line really easy. Now, this track right now at the end of the session looks like a piece of glass. Where'd you find the best speed at?
Yeah, I know the track for me anyways, it slicked off a lot faster than I thought it would with the amount of cars we had. And luckily I work with a whole bunch of people at M9 and we have 2 drivers in the Pro Series. So a lot of the practice from that came in handy here, knowing what lines to run. And I just knew the top would be fast, but there was also a little hack strip coming into the slider line in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 that you could hit, and it was super fast. And luckily, I found that for everybody else.
Well, Matt, it was great to watch you whoop up on these boys. I mean, that's you threw. I was like, whenever I saw you coming up on the lap traffic there with about I think 3 or 2 to go, I was like, he just needs to coast, just coast.
Yeah, I got a little hairy there when they were all racing 3 wide, so I was hitting the bottom and not minding my own business, and I didn't know how big of a lead I had either. So I was trying to push, but not really trying to push.
No lead is ever safe. That's what we always say. Matt, congratulations once again. First victory here at Eldora week 2 for the wing sprints. Give you shout outs, my man, and congratulations once again.
Yeah, first off, I have to thank M9 Setup Shop. If you need a setup, they're kick-ass setups. Everybody back at Phantom Motorsports, Weichel Sportswear, RK Farms, and Velocity Race Designs for the sweet paint.
Love to hear it, Matt. We'll see you next week. Congratulations once again.
Yep, thank you.
Always the O2, kicking butt and taking names. Let's talk to Tony Martin. Finishes in P3 here. Giving yourself a whole lot of uneasy feeling there for a moment. I thought for sure that you had P2 for a moment.
Yeah, I bounced her off the wall pretty good, and David caught up to me and actually got around me, and I figured that was it. I wasn't going to get to talk to you tonight. But we got back around him.
This race line, and Matt was talking about it, this race line runs very high. We watched it in the street stocks. We watched it here. This track burned off real quick for as little as it seemed like everybody was running on the bottom.
Yeah, I didn't venture down there a whole lot. I think I kind of tried to stick to the middle, if not just to the high side. It was slick down there for me.
Stalling out the car, you get out of the throttle, you have to get back into it, you have to recollect your thoughts, and it just becomes a different animal. that's what I was looking at. Pro tips. I say pro tips, but you're better than I am. So pro tips for Eldora. What do people need to look at?
Just try to keep it straight and hammer down, baby.
It's a big track, and you can go 5 wide. We saw that today. Tony, congratulations. You got fans out there watching for you. Give you shout outs, my man.
Great. Well, I want to thank the league. I want to thank Paul. I want to thank my main sponsor, Smoky Designs by Andy. Check him out on Facebook. And I want to thank my homies over there at Track Dogs and Unique Woodmasters also.
Yeah, they're always a ton of fun. Tony, I look forward to seeing what else you got going on because, man, oh man, you came up through the field there for a moment.
Yeah, we're trying to be the wheelman. We'll see how it goes.
I'll see you next week, brother.
All right, thank you.
He's 22, comes home P3. Let's talk to your P2 finisher today, Sage Luther. Basically, I'm going to call him more of the race winner because the battle was for second, and Sage was able to hold on to it. Talk to me about this race and what more you needed out of this wing sprint.
Yeah, it was pretty much dominated by who was it? Matthew. So, and I had a pretty big lead for second because Tony and David, I think, were probably battling it out back there. And then they kind of caught up to me, and then they kind of battled, and I got ahead. And then there at the end, they kind of caught up, but I still was able to pull out second.
Consistency sometimes can be the big factor here. Where does I know this racetrack had a lot going on. I mean, in that last race, you had a lot going on there too. It seemed like Eldora today. It's like they threw just a fine square dancing powder on there, and there wasn't any grip for a long period of time.
Yeah, I definitely couldn't overdrive it at all, and that was a problem when Tony would catch up to me. I'd start getting nervous and overdriving and getting sideways, and I guess I just kind of got lucky and still was able to get second.
There's no luck. You're skillful. You do really well here. Speaking of which, you get through this week. You've got a good start in the points. Where do you look going forward? I know that a lot of folks don't like to look week to week, but I do because next week is Cedar Lake.
Yeah, I just got to really keep it smooth. I hardly ever drove these cars. Did not expect to be doing this good in the sprints, and definitely did not expect to be doing better in the sprints than the dirt street stocks. But I just got to keep it smooth and just get more seat time in them and hopefully get a top 3 in points at least.
The other guys say full throttle all the time. That's what they're telling me at least. So I don't know if that's true on my end because I can't keep these things full throttle. But Sage, you're doing a pretty good job of it.
Yeah, for me at least, I let off on exit and entry. Other than that, I'll get super sideways. But once you get in the turn, you pretty much full throttle until exit.
I like to hear it. Sage, give you shout outs, my man. Congratulations, P2 finish. You're kicking butt here.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everyone that puts on the league so we can get out here and race.
Got any parents? You got any? I don't know how old you are. So you got kids? Got people to thank? Family?
I thank my family too for supporting me.
There you go. I always thank the people who put you in that right direction. Sage, congratulations once again. Look forward to talking to you more.
All right, appreciate it.
Always 26 comes home P2 and defended his position. That was where the race was. Matt had such a lead that it didn't matter. Sage, Tony, and David were going at it, and tell you what, there was a lot going on there. There's a lot of shake and bake that happened. All these. I try to focus on the race lines and where folks were at, and sometimes, tell you what, they throw me for some great racing. Dirt Assassins is done for the night. Thank you to Unique Woodmasters for sponsoring this race for these fine folks. And thank you to all the league sponsors. Thank you to Dark Horizon Fishing on my end. And, of course, Skull Key, Rogue Energy. Check the links in the description for my link tree. Get over to the website, buy yourself a Signature Esports t-shirt so I can send Jess on a vacation so she can enjoy herself. But outside of that, much love, folks. Be kind to one another. Be good, be safe. We'll see you tomorrow for the Outcast Racing League and the Dirt Anarchy Series tomorrow night. These guys did a phenomenal job tonight. I like Eldora, but Cedar Lake's going to be next week. For the street stocks and the wing sprint. Somebody is going to go helicopter next week. I think I see it. I see it happen. I don't know. I have a prediction. We'll see at least one helicopter award. Be good. Be safe. Be kind to one another. We'll see you to the next one.